Good morning. This is Tom Osa. You are listening to AM Rocklands. Let's get right into the news this morning. A Valley Cottage man will serve 7 years in prison after admitting to sexually abusing a 12-year-old girl over a period of nearly a year. Mauricio Sicha Torres, 36, pleaded guilty to first-degree sexual abuse in February. Like I told you, I'm going to get better at this. It's a lot of negative news and positive news, but pleaded guilty to first degree sexual abuse in February and was sentenced this past week by Judge Rachel Tanguay. The abuse took place in Clarkstown from September 2023 to June 2024. He'll also face 5 years of post release supervision. A Nyack teaching assistant has pleaded not guilty to charges of endangering two nonverbal autistic children. Catherine Rios, 54 years old, is accused of forcibly submerging their heads in a school pool at Jesse J. Kaplan School. She faces felony and misdemeanor charges. A judge has issued an order of protection for the children. The Ramapo Town Board has passed a law enabling development of planned unit districts on parcels of 10 acres or more, sparking backlash. Critics argue that it bypasses the town's long outdated comprehensive plan. Supervisor Michael Specht says the law gives the board flexibility without granting developers automatic rights. Some residents worry that it would affect environmentally sensitive areas in the town of Ramapo. The Rockland Business Association continues its RBA 2.0 initiative under the newly elected president, Ken Zabrowski. Actually, he was appointed, not elected, but he's doing a good job. I mean, I've been to a bunch of events over there, and the initiative with new programs to support small businesses in Rockland County. Their May mixer at Carlitos Taqueria brought members together to celebrate growth and innovation. Next up is the Pinnacle Awards, and that's happening this Sunday. And Orange and Rockland is going to receive the Al Samuels Award, proudly sponsored by Rockland News. And thank you for listening this morning. What else we got? Disturbing surveillance footage shows a 5-year-old boy struck and dragged by a taxi while riding his bike in Ramapo. This is terrible. The child wearing a helmet is seen hobbling away before collapsing. He was helped by bystanders. No word on the child's condition, but the video has reignited concerns over pedestrian and cyclist safety in the town. And to that effect, the Ramapo police have issued 15 tickets this week as part of a new pedestrian and bicycle safety initiative. Now, these initiatives are created in advance. This isn't, I don't believe it's a reaction just to what happened to the child in Ramapo, but the enforcement effort is following 47 accidents this year involving vehicles and pedestrians or cyclists. I'm a cyclist, so can relate. And police say that the move responds to growing community concerns about road safety, of course, based on the previous report that was just mentioned. Federal agents with ICE were spotted Thursday morning at multiple locations in the village of Spring Valley. The activity, which was captured on video, began around 10 a.m., but authorities have yet to confirm if any arrests were made. We'll provide updates as more information becomes available. West Nyack's revitalization continues, with major utility work wrapping up and road realignment taking shape. Supervisor George Holman is going to be on the Rockland News podcast in about 20 minutes, and he recently announced a temporary closure at West Nyack Road and Benson Avenue starting Tuesday for underground work. Drivers will be detoured via West Street. Meanwhile, progress near Source Funeral Home is visibly defining the area's new layout, and the residents in the area are urged to follow traffic updates at rocklandsreport.com. They do a great job. I actually got some information from them today. And listen, Rockland News isn't the only game in town. We have some very well-established news organizations, and we're happy to provide the news to you via this AM Rockland. And from various different sources. And we're going to be reaching out to a few more over the next week or so. With fawn season underway in Rockland County, wildlife officials are reminding residents if you see a baby deer, leave it alone. Mothers often leave fawns hidden while foraging nearby. Don't touch or move the fawn, keep the pets away, only intervene if the fawn is clearly injured or alone for more than 24 hours. And there's a great photo by Oe S. Cramsey, and it captures this important seasonal message: urge coexistence with local wildlife. Rockland County is mourning the loss of NYPD officer Joseph Gravino, who passed away on May 23rd. I think I went to school with him back in the day. A devoted family man and respected community member, Joe leaves behind his wife Katie and their 3 young children. Known for his dedication to both his career and his community, Gravino's death has prompted an outpouring of support, mainly on social media, of course, via email and phone, and his funeral services will be announced shortly, I'm sure. And residents are encouraged to help the family through donations and acts of kindness during this difficult time. And notably on the Rockland Report, there is a link to go to his GoFundMe page. And you can check that out at rocklandreport.com. And finally, this is just happy news today, I tell you. A Valley Cottage man will serve 7 years in prison after admitting to sexually abusing a 12-year-old girl over a period of nearly a year. Mauricio Cicho Torres pleaded guilty to this. You know what? I already announced this. This doesn't have to be announced again. We'll be talking with our news team about making sure that we don't duplicate certain items if our news team is listening, but that's okay. All right, let's head over to some happy stuff because we got to balance this out. Just so everybody knows, we're going to have 2 of our town supervisors on AM Rockland in just a few minutes, actually. Town of Clarkstown Supervisor George Holman is going to be on to talk about various things that are happening in Clarkstown. And we'll also have back Town of Haverstraw Supervisor Howard Phillips, and he'll be talking with us about various events. Namely, tonight is going to be the Watchtower, the Watchfire fires that's going to be in the town of Haverstraw. This is an annual event that is a solemn event, and it really memorializes and pays heed to those that, especially those that served in Vietnam, those that served in various overseas incursions. And it's I haven't had a chance to get down there, and it's not going to happen this year, but I definitely want to go one year. I definitely recommend people check it out. It's a very solemn event that I think that we should always remember, especially our veterans that fight to defend this great country, bottom line. All right, so I'm going to give you a few different events that are happening. First of all, the Village of Suffern is doing a carnival from May 29th to June 1st. Accessible Family Fun Day is being hosted on this afternoon or this morning at 10 a.m. That is going to be over at Rockland Community College, I believe, 145 College Road, Suffern, New York. There's going to be an open house in Haverstraw for Meals on Wheels, Haverstraw Senior Activity Center. Rockland Works is hosting a career fair in Garnerville at 1 o'clock today. May 30th is the grand opening of Bark and Brews. Whoa! That is too cool. That is too cool. I'm just going to read this off. Okay, grand opening. It is finally here, our grand opening party. I think we reported about this yesterday on AM Rockland. Bring your pup, grab a pint, and let's celebrate with music by DJ Mr. 845 Entertainment, who was actually a guest at one of our events back last year. Food and drink specials for both dogs and humans, and exclusive membership discounts. And that is Bark and Brews, and the location is 35 Smith Street, Nanuet, New York, 10954. And for information about vaccination requirements and park rules, please visit www.barkn, the letter N, brews, brews.com. We got this yesterday, and I think we're going to swing by and check that out. That is very cool. That is just too cool. Um, and Mr. 845 is going to be doing some DJing, so that's just going to be amazing. Okay, what else we got? And special thanks to Joe Salve from ISO Rockland for always loading up the events. And I'm going to mention one more that is the big one for street fairs. It's like I don't want to call it like, the granddaddy of all street fairs, but the Nanuet Street Fair is happening this weekend. This weekend! It's going to be on Sunday, June 1st. You can go over to nanuetchamber.com to learn about this. Let me just go over there myself. Make sure that I go to the right link here. Events, upcoming events, Nanuet Street Fair, 2025 Street Fair, 170 vendors, over 18,000 people came out last year to celebrate this. Kid activities, great food, live entertainment. There's a kids zone from 10:30 in the morning until 4:15 in the afternoon. Just going to be amazing. Actually, the Nanuet Library, my wife is a member of the Nanuet Library. She's one of the people that work there diligently. She's going to be one of the vendors. You just got to check this out. There's going to be a car and a Jeep show. And you can learn more at nanuetchamber.com. Special thanks to the sponsors of that event: Rockland County Tourism, Veolia, Mercedes-Benz Nanuet, Active International. The list just goes on and on. Proforma Corporate Systems, Orange and Rockland, Rockland Bakery, and Affinity Federal Credit Union, amongst others. So check it out. Nanuet Street Fair is going to be June 1st, 2025. Turning our sights over to the weather, and then we're going to bring on our town supervisors for an update. Today, 75 and rainy. Tomorrow, Saturday, 66 degrees and rainy. Nanuet Street Fair looking good. Sunday, 63 degrees. Monday, 71 degrees and sunny. Tuesday, sunny, 77 degrees. Wednesday, 81 degrees and sunny. Thursday and Friday, it's going to be a little rainy, 77 degrees and 76 degrees, but that is next week. Again, bring it on back to Sunday. It's going to be partially sunny with 63 degrees, looking like a good day for doing outdoor activities. And, heck, I'm going to still try and check out the Bark and Brews tonight, whether or not it rains. We'll see how it goes. And then in turning our sights over to the traffic, Rockland Road conditions. As you guys know, I use that group regularly to just get an idea of what is going on. There is an accident on the Palisades Interstate Parkway by exit 12 that was reported about an hour ago by our friend Andrew John over in Pearl River. The right lane is closed. What else do we got? Route 304 northbound and southbound, working on the lights from June 2nd. On June 2nd from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. That is at the intersection of Ludwig Road in Bardonia on 304 and Congress Road on Route 304. And I believe that's all that we need to go over in terms of the traffic. So that is essentially your main news. We are going to take a quick break, and we're going to bring back Town of Haverstraw Supervisor Howard Phillips, as well as Town of Clarkstown Supervisor George Holman onto the show. So stick around, and the place where you can catch these live streams, if you're on Facebook, head over to facebook.com/Rockland News, or you could go to amrockland.com if you're in the car, and it'll automatically bring up YouTube, and then you just tap on this show for today. And the latest thing that's happening live is going to happen right there. It looks a little bit clunkier on YouTube than it does on Facebook, but still the audio's there, and I think we got the format down with putting this graphic up in case people want to stare at the graphic AM Rockland for 15 minutes. By all means, please do. But I'm guessing that you're here for the audio. And I should also mention, we definitely need co-hosts in order to take care of the show. I can't do this all the time. I mean, you heard how I stuttered the news at the beginning of this. There's just like, we have to report the downtrodden things as well as the lighthearted things. But I don't think that you want me delivering that news 5 days a week. So we'll have guest hosts to be able to handle that. One of them is Mike Kluger, who we had on last week, and he did a great job. And then we're also going to have several others. I'm speaking with someone that submitted a resume yesterday, and we're going to get an audio sample and try the person out. So that's all for now for AM Rockland, and just stay tuned. We're going to be back in I'd say about 5 minutes with Town of Haverstraw supervisors, Howard Phillips for Haverstraw, and Town of Clarkstown supervisor George Holman. So thanks for tuning in. Spread the word. AM Rockland, like I said, we are here. We're planting the flag in live morning news before anyone else. Take care.